We are recording. So, I don't like to toot too many horns. But, what? Problem?
No, I don't. Oh, there I am. I didn't know what I looked like. I didn't see. Usually I'm right here.
No, you're not. You're always on.
What is usually right here?
That's just TV.
Nothing.
Oh
It's
my
always
God.
blank.
Ooh.
You look like Chris if it helps any.
Huh?
You look like Chris if it helps any.
Well, let's go with that for the intro. This is ILNL. Perfectly. Welcome to ILNL.
And I had a fun intro. I was going to dedicate this show to Falco.
When you want to come. Chris is in the building. Chico's here. And I'm here. Hello, everybody. So the Scorpios are together.
Yes, we are.
So first
Per the
it
norm.
is this'n, and then that'n, and on the day that we're recording this, listen. So happy birthday, gentlemen.
Happy birthday, gentlemen.
Patsy.
And with that, let's actually get into first story of the show. Oops, that's not it. But we're going to start with it since I have it on there.
That'll work. Good job.
All right. Good way to start off the day. Okay, so Jonathan Majors is in major transition right now because of everything that's happening with his life outside of the MCU. It's affecting his MCU status, with there being talks of Xing him out of the MCU, bringing in other characters to become the next big baddie, or finding some other creative way to take out Kang out of the MCU. And this is causing a big, big rift in not just the fandom of the MCU, but also the MCU itself. Like, there's a ton of people who are, one, speculating, how are they going to navigate outside of this Kang dynasty that they started to build in Loki? And what creative way could they possibly eliminate all this hard work that they put into writing the Kang dynasty into the MCU? So let's open up the floor. Let's start with you, Chris. So, being that we're seeing all of this stuff about possible reshoots,
What's with the face?
he has feelings. He has feelings.
Uh-oh.
With everything that's happening right
Buckle
now,
up.
with possible reshoots, or we may have even had some reshoots in Loki, who knows? Possibly bringing in other characters. Like, what's on your mind about all of this stuff?
So, if this was anybody else, would y'all really be acting like this? Would they really be doing all of this? Honestly, like, no. If okay, so where it is, he has a history.
That's the word on the street.
Allegedly, he has a history of domestic violence or what have you, right? And I'm not here for that at all, right? And shade is, y'all knew about this.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all knew T about this prior.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, Iron Man,
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
he was kind of like a troublesome person too, correct?
He was rowdy in his day.
Uh-huh. But y'all still picked him as Iron Man.
Devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Past life,
Past life.
not current.
Not current. Okay.
So I would just throw that in there as
Right.
a
Yeah,
thing.
like teens and 20s,
Yeah.
drug use and misbehavior and things
Mhm.
like that. Went to jail, got out, tried out for the part of Iron Man, got it. They were still iffy on him. Like the insurance on him
Yeah.
to be in the movie was just like, whoa.
But they did it anyway.
But they did it.
Still passed. Not
Pass.
current.
Facts. Now, based off of right now, what it seems. Now I know there was word allegedly of him, possibly being verbally abusive.
That's out
Once
there.
again, I'm definitely not here for it all. But his ex-girlfriend, wife, girlfriend,
Person of interest.
person of interest, faked physical injuries, and then skipped town. Right?
That's
Country.
yeah,
Country.
Yeah.
Skipped the country.
Yeah, she
left
left
the country. Now. So, which kind of makes her word null and void. Should make her word null and void.
Would be nice.
Would be
If
nice.
you could.
But let's bump it. Okay. You have this black man, you have this white woman, and white woman yells such and such and such and such and such. Black man who already playing the villain anyway, but he
Dang,
is
2
now
movies.
Yeah.
right.
Creed.
But he was the hero when it came to what
Though he was no
No, he was hero in what's it called?
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hero in Lovecraft.
That's what put him on the map to
Right.
be in any of the stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which of course got axed.
They got axed.
But they got axed because there was no other.
They didn't have viewership. It was a great show. It didn't have all the support that it needed to.
They did.
I thought it didn't have enough.
I heard it had enough. Then I heard it was because of the fact of like the book. That was all of the book,
Oh.
and the person who wrote it didn't want to write anymore.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Oh,
But
okay.
Oh, they had stuff for another season.
But then I heard that.
Yeah, the director, she was ready.
That's what I thought I
She
read.
was, she
Right.
was locked and loaded, had
So-
maps, details, everything.
Yeah.
But then also what happened with what is it? The Watchmen.
Yeah, the Watchmen series. They
Series.
had stuff ready to go for another season. They pulled that too.
And both pulled truth about what? Racism and things of that nature, the good old boys and this and that, the third.
And this is
What's
also
happening in Florida?
HBO that we're talking about.
Right.
So there's
What's happening in Florida?
That's an open-ended question
There's a lot happening
because it's
in
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It is so Florida.
Okay, you're so right. But yeah, you can't talk about racism and things of that
Oh,
nature.
yeah. They banned stuff in
Yeah.
schools and everything.
You banned all of that, right?
Yeah, band.
Right. So to think that this has nothing to do with the other,
Read banned books.
read man books. I said it.
Read
He
banned
said
comic books.
Read them. Read for blood. Read.
Which reminds me, I
So
need to order Mouse. I think that's what it's called.
Mouse is a banned book now.
Mouse. That's how it's pronounced. Like
Yeah, it's the Hitler
yeah.
thing. Yeah, Mouse.
I believe it's a banned comic book. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
read man books. But yeah, all this to say, like we all know what it's given. We all know what it's given. So yeah, right.
Chico, chime in.
Okay. As far as the real world goes, had I been a judge, I'd have just thrown the whole thing, both cases at this point, I'd have just thrown them out. The accuser is on the run for her own accusation. So, like, what's the point? What are we doing? Why are we still doing it?
All right. So
And side note, the man did kind of come up with a win. I mean, you go through all of this and then end up with Megan Good. That's kind of remarkable in itself.
I don't remember who Making Good is. Who's Making Good?
Whoa.
Black actress, right?
Yes.
What was she in? Oh, she was in
She's in Shazam.
Shazam. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
She
she,
was in so
she's
many
also
other-
she's also was
She's-
in not Minority Report.
She was
Men in
in
Black.
Biker Boys. Was she in Men in Black? No,
No.
she was not in Men in Black.
You sure she wasn't the
Positive.
one that was opposite?
No,
Thor?
no, that's a different woman. They could do
They
kind
favor
of,
though, don't they?
they do kind of favor now that he mentions
I
it.
do favor, but no.
I never noticed that before.
Well, I definitely know her from Shazam because she's a little kid with the glasses. When
She was in the
grows up.
first Friday.
Who?
She was one of the little kids that was running up to this ice cream truck. She was the
You
only girl, if I'm
lying.
not mistaken. She had
What?
I have to look
had her
it up.
hat turned back.
I have to look it up. That's
Oh
cool.
my god.
That's cool. Okay.
But yeah.
But comic book wise, as far as the shows go, it's a lot you could do. You don't have to completely kill off Kang. He has an army of variants. They don't all have to look alike.
But
Does it help? Yes.
from what we saw in Ant-Man, they all favored. Even the ones that were supposed to be the closer and the more grotesque side of Kang,
Right.
they still had features of,
True. And I mean,
he who remains.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can't do with some prosthetics.
I agree.
It worked in Back to the Future.
Who?
The father.
Oh, when they de-aged him or something? Or they aged him?
No, they had to get a completely dude's crazy. Like he's a wild card to work with movie wise, so in the middle of the joint they switch fathers. When you see him, there's actually a brand new person wearing prosthetics.
I have to go back. This is the first one?
Yeah.
Go back. All I remember of anything being different in Back to the Future was them having to try to reshoot the end scene, beginning scene of Back to the Future and then Back to the Future 2. How they tried to match the scene.
Mhm.
That's the only thing.
That's her.
Anything? See. Wow, that's crazy.
But the thing is, that's what's crazy because
Because she's close to our age.
she's my age. She's one of 81.
And we were kids when Friday came out.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that. Jeez.
So, Marvel shouldn't do this, in my opinion. Marvel shouldn't go about trying to do all this. We're trying to distance ourselves thing. I understand, corporate wise, that they're trying to say whatever pristine image Disney believes that they have. But the reality is that real things happen. He's not doing anything, in my eyes, that's hurting the brand of Disney directly. It might be indirectly, but all of this stuff is allegation. We have no idea of what's true, what's not. They wrote a whole universe around this character. I, as a fan of entertainment, would love to see how it resolves.
Hmm.
Like this for me feels like in the Matrix when they had to replace the Oracle because she passed, the original
Right.
one passed, and then they recast and then they gave some, story about like how the new one doesn't look like the old one because there's some damage program. Like they found a creative way to explain it away. But like this undermined all the work of Ant-Man, all the work of Loki, the actors' work, which like Jonathan Majors as an actor, incredible actor. I love what he brought to this character.
Every Kang has its own thing.
And to just be like, we're gonna let that go.
And how many of these other actors, like, on some Weinstein type stuff, like,
There's a lot of actors who do a lot. Well, that have been proven to have done a lot worse. But I mean, I don't know the inner workings of a Disney, but I know from the outside looking in, I am not a fan as to how they're publicly doing it, and that's my two. It's like, for them, I guess they got to do what they feel is right, but how right is it? And especially if everything is still, it's like you already called him guilty. I think that's what the thing I'm having the problem with. Like, if this was the NFL,
they
I
went
can't
guilty.
sing America, can I?
They
I
went
can't sing
guilty
that.
into
Okay.
yeah, it's guilty until proven innocent. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's
America. F yeah.
so that's my 2 cents on that. Like, I'm not happy with how things with it, and even if they could find a way to redeem themselves, all the damage has already been.
He can't trust you.
That's the thing.
I can't
That's the thing
trust
right
you at all.
Like, I don't know. Well, moving away.
Speaking about trust,
And technology.
Well, if that's what you want to do for your segue, we'll go with it. You want to introduce it?
no, you go right ahead.
Okay,
I just
all
saw
right.
him and it was just like,
Okay, all right. So, with what Chris just said,
I mean, it could be worse names up there.
Joe Biden. So, Biden on, I believe, either on Halloween or very close to Halloween. I was thinking of Ghetto Boys. He signed a regulation bill or act or something like that for generative AI. You may know that as ChatGPT or Mind Valley or DALI 2. I think it's DALI or DALI 2. It's probably DALI. I think it's DALI. And any other generative AI that you've probably used for an assignment or artwork or a quote or whatever you may have used it for. Trust us, all of us have used it for some reason or something by this point, whether we knew it or not. But all the bigwigs who make generative AI have been begging to have regulation because it's the Wild West. And now there's something out there to help regulate AI. Chico, we'll start with you. So, what's the name of so what do you think of the whole Skynet bill? Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, so they're regulating AI and I guess what we're allowed to do with it, what it's supposed to do, and things like that. Do these regulations count for things like, what's the robot's name? Is it Sophia?
You talking about the
AI that lives in the robot torso?
The female looking one?
Yes.
I don't know. The only AI I remember is Watson, and that's IBM. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know
And I
the
think
name.
Google has one too, but they're
Bard is theirs.
for whatever reason, people are supposedly afraid of that one. For another time in a private search engine.
Yeah,
But anyway.
we'll explore that later.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not really a fan of AI, or at least how it works as far as visual arts.
Okay, I was just about to go that route. I was about to ask you about that.
I don't know if I guess it would work the same way for like writing or saying your thoughts. But
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. What's the smile for? I'm curious.
No reason at all.
Oh, okay. All right, back to you, Chief.
I mean, as far as the writing goes, I haven't heard anything about blatant plagiarism, like it's stealing stuff from an entire story.
I'm sorry. What's your energy over there for, sir?
What?
Oh, okay. Let's go after Chico.
Y'all are funny. Only you viewers knew what I knew. At any rate, yeah, I'm all for regulating it. I'd like to know more of what the regulations exactly are.
I don't have as much of a problem with it as many others because coming from an education standpoint, when you start to see the next generation of learners going right to a chat bot to do their work, it's like sometimes you can tell when that fifth grader used AI because they never used those words in that sentence structure ever before. And that's the disturbing part for me. Like, it's gotten to the point where we in the education space are like, how can we compete to make you a better person in the world when information is at your fingertips, literally, figuratively, and you only need a couple words to be brilliant? But on the flip side of things, and I'm going to be really honest and transparent here, I think it is the right thing to use some of these tools because the skills that were lost in the T virus, the height of the T virus, and then even before that for some places and spaces, the skill to articulate your thoughts in a way that is cohesive and precise is not a skill that everyone possesses, yet everyone has great ideas that just needs to be cleaned up a little bit, i.e. Grammarly.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not a grammar aficionado. Like, my first degree, there was like, install the Grammarly app. Very first degree, like second or third class, install the Grammarly app. And it wasn't because you guys aren't smart. It's because we know that, sometimes you need help with your sentence structure.
We just
That's
want you
AI.
to make it make sense.
Yeah, it's just AI. So I think there's a place in space. But I also see where there can be tons of abuse, misinformation, old information, recycled information that needs to be updated. Thinking of ChatGPT, if it only goes from 2021 and back, what about everything that's happened since 2020? So stuff like that. Um, I think it's so young and it came up so fast. With everything else, you get to that point of how ready were you for this new thing? And can you really be ready once you've already started doing it? Because now you're already in the middle of it. So I don't know. I don't know. But as far as this regulation part of this thing, I think it's a good start. Because the only thing you can do is improve. Like, you get a baseline. Even if the baselines are wrong, it's a starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you figure out where you got it right, you figure out where you screwed up, improve as you go, living document, you know. So that's kind of where I am. It's early. I don't know. Christopher.
So here's the thing,
Right.
right?
I'm sorry. Give me a moment. There you go. All you.
So here's the thing. It's a tool. AI is a tool. And the thing is, this whole regulating and this and the third, all this is about, like, instead of teachers being scared of, oh my God, did this child use this brilliant paper? Did this child use ChatGPT or Grammarly, this, da, da, da? How would you say, here, class, you use ChatGPT to write this prompt and da 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 da. And I want you to prove that X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. Utilize it as the tool that it
Put
is.
the tool in the classroom.
Because guess what? At one point in time, what did they tell us? You can't use a calculator. What you're gonna do? Walk around with a calculator on you and da 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 da.
Yes.
We have more technology in our pocket than we did back in the 1950s when a computer would fill up a whole room.
Okay. So my whole thing is, this is like, it's pretty much about Oh, I was about to say something. It's about some politician being scared of
You talking
not
about
being
in this particular situation?
uh
Can I?
of some politicians or some people.
All right. Because
Yeah,
I wanted
some
to kind of add a
politicians.
little bit
Yeah,
to that little.
some
asterisk.
politicians being
Okay.
scared of not being in control. And then the thing is, this the reason why I worry about this is because, come on now, like history shows how many times when they get involved in things, then they, you know, heck, I can't sing a song. I can't sing a song. My voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even. We're not even playing the music. I can't sing a song. If I hum it, there's a possibility of a strike that can affect funding and this kind of thing.
That you might get penalized for that. Yeah.
I often wonder how covers work then.
Bruh, like I'm so tired. Like it's just like people wanting to control technology. People wanted to censor every damn thing. Like it's irritating. Like, no, I'm not gonna go there because I still work. I still have this job.
Well, let me throw out a question for everyone, and then we can move into our next.
Side note, nostalgically, it kind of make me want to get a calculator watch again.
They're out there.
Or you can
Just
get
because.
a gear watch.
They're out there.
No. I want the old school giant.
With the buttons.
No, the little transformer dude.
Which one? Which Transformer was it? Because I had that too.
It wasn't. He wasn't on Transformers. It was just a watch.
That also transformed to a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. I used to have one.
I want a remote control. No, I used a remote control watch. I used to
remember
do
those.
that. I used to control the TVs.
Didn't you
inside
have
of it.
one?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Oh, I had a Secret Sender 6000, and I used to be in the choir room, cutting the TV on,
I'm
changing the
sorry,
channels.
ADHD has taken over.
It's okay.
Greatly.
It's okay. I'll wrap us up on this one real quick.
Watches.
What's technology? So we're on the same.
So here's a question. We'll wrap up on this one. So, being that leaders in AI came together and shut us down for a few days, and said we want regulation. Then the politicians say, you know what, things are getting out of control. We need regulation. And now that there is something that's out there to say, well, here's the rules. For you personally, do you feel that this is a good step or a misstep?
Misstep, Handmaid's Tale. There we go.
Chico.
Half and half. I would mostly like to see the exact rules first.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to follow Chico on that one. For me, it feels a little too early, but I would love to know more because I feel like this runs along the lines of everything else that's ever been done.
It's like the people, like knowing what they're doing right now, as far as with the, like I said.
We're fine.
I know. I just did it on purpose.
Oh.
It was for a fact. Like, yeah, these are the same people that's on their way to the other things. So, go ahead. Let's go.
In other news, if you happen to be a Friends fan, we recently lost Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry, an American-Canadian actor, I just learned, recently passed. At the time of us doing this show, he is now gone. They've had the service and all of that. His actor friends from Friends have put out statements and messages. Other celebrities have. There's been, stories of things that have come out from the past that have come back to, not saying this as a pun, haunt him in the present. But overall, if you were a Friends fan, if you happen to have seen the reunion, the Friends reunion, you can kind of tell that with all the things that has happened physically, that he was going through. And it may have been partially the abuse from his substance abuse. It may have been his accident. I think a car wreck or something like that. Some type of accident.
Oh, you mean you're not talking about how he passed? You talking
No,
about?
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Just
okay.
throughout
Yeah,
his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was in a car accident or something, and that's when he got like addicted to painkillers or something.
Yeah,
like that.
there was something along the lines of
It
where,
was he got hurt on the set.
Oh, it was a set.
Yeah. But I was actually listening to WTOP, our local news station here in the DC metro area, and in one of his speeches, he said he wanted to be remembered for his Matthew Perry Foundation. But of course, more people are going to remember him for Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to, bring that out to the forefront of his passing. Probably everybody by the time I'm watching this already knew that went down. But he is a part of pop culture. And so, there you go.
We forgot to put up, what you call it, what's the man's real name? Shaft.
That happened a couple weeks ago now. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna make a pivot. So let me just do that real quick. Is that easy? Easy fix. Let's see if I can get there.
Richard Roundtree.
There we go. And that's how we do it on the internet. And respect to Richard Roundtree, aka Shaft. So for some of you, if that's younger than us, if you know of Roundtree, you know him probably from the 2019 version of Shaft, where Samuel L. Jackson played the character and Roundtree played his father. But prior to that, he was the man who I'm trying to think of some of the lyrics. Something but his mother.
He's a complicated man.
He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but like his mother.
Right. So
can you dig it?
Respect to
John Shaft,
to Richard Roundtree, who also passed recently.
He was the first black
black action hero. Yeah. He was there for us as our James Bond with a lot more soul. And so, respect to Mr. Round.
I would have never guessed he's as old as he was.
Because
he looked good.
Those films were
because he
then.
played
He was there with Jackie Brown and all that type of stuff.
He played Whitley's mother, Whitley's father. Whitley's father. Jasmine Guy's father on A Different World.
I thought it was a different guy. Sure it was him?
No. Was it him?
Or was he the new boyfriend?
No. Either he played her father.
No, it was
he played
Kim's.
Dwayne. Yeah.
It was Kim's father.
Kim's father. That's right.
I think.
It was Kim's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, y'all got me on that. I don't know. I've watched very little of A Different World after I jumped in here. I caught the disruption of the marriage.
Baby, please.
Which was all ad-libbed.
I heard.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, then that was good acting. And then now we're going to end this off with Chico, who had a question to throw out.
Yes, I have a question for you guys. So, you know how all of us when we were little, Saturday morning's thing to do, bowl of cereal, cartoons. You would set the rest. Mm-hmm. You would set the rest of the day until your parents kicked you out the house and you went on them about your adventures. Mm-hmm. What y'all do on Sundays?
I can answer that super quickly.
Because for me, Sunday, you was in that type of family, went to church, came home. For me, when I got home, half the time, most of the friends weren't around. Sunday's family day. I turned on the TV, and I took a trip to Asia. Like Saturday mornings, you had your cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons. Sunday afternoons for me was Kung Fu Theater and Monster Mayhem.
Really?
Saturday at noon was Kung Fu Theater, Channel 5. I didn't know they did on Sunday.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
I forgot about that.
So for
Yep,
me,
Kung Fu Theater. And Kung Fu Theater, sometimes, Godzilla or something would
the
pop
monster
up.
movies I knew about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Batman the Animated Series came out. That came out on Sundays originally at 7 p.m.
At 7 o'clock. Yep.
So for me, it was get up early, put on your church clothes, go to church. We'd be there from 9 to noon. Get back home, change clothes, go back out, go get Little Caesars pizza, come back home, eat the pizza, and then get out the house. So I was probably on my bike,
Oh, so
going
you
on
were,
bike adventures,
so you was an adventure kid on Sundays. Okay.
something like that. When I got to play slick, as you would say, I would be at home playing on my Nintendo. But quick story. One time I tried to play slick. My grandmother wasn't having it. I'm playing a game, and back then we didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned off the TV, left my system on. So it stayed where I was. I came back home, turned my TV back on, and could see where I left off. She saw that I did that and complained to my parents. It's burning up the electricity because I had this game. They weren't. They had to play up that.
What you do, Chris?
So, me being the Nigerian child that I was, Saturday nights, if there was a Nigerian party, we would probably used to be able to sleep in while my stepfather went to church. For most Sundays, me and my sister, sometimes my little brother, but definitely me and my sister, we had to go to church. Either it was St. Luke, and then we moved to the house. It was St. Augustine. Came back. I would probably, if we had cable, I'd be watching Nickelodeon. So, Hey Dude.
You can't say that on television.
You can't say that on television. 15. Oh, no, 15 was Saturdays.
So you can't do that on television.
You can't do that on television. Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
do
that
that on
sounds right,
television.
yeah.
Or I'd be watching 15 or something like that. But yeah, that's yeah. It was and definitely playing video games. Video games would definitely be.
Yeah, I think once I hit the preteen and teen years, it was a mixture of Nickelodeon, MTV, and video games.
Oh
but
God.
The-
Teenage
the
years.
little kid era we was kung fu fighting.
As far as teenage years, like especially going to Ellington, rehearsal, performances.
On Sundays?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a musician. He was.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
So
I know y'all was there on Saturday. I didn't know y'all was doing stuff on Sundays as well.
So if there was for instance, if we had a show at the Kennedy Center,
Yeah, y'all had to do rehearsals prior.
there would be a Saturday show. There would definitely be a Sunday show. Shout outs, rest in peace, Terrence Lee Jones. And shout out to Mr. Samuel L. Bonds. But yeah, we would definitely be performing or rehearsing. No, we would be performing on Sundays. And shout out to the mother, because the mother used to take me. That woman she would get me places. Dead ass, like she would really just be like, "All right, let's go. I got you. Let's go. Can you get a bus? No? Okay, let's go." So.
Different time. Well, we don't know how it is. That was a definite time. That was a vibe.
Definitely.
So, good question. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
As we're getting older, starting to have the whole thing of recollecting on things. That was fun. This has been a really weird, nostalgic week for me.
I'm 42.
Yeah, and I'm 45. You don't age. Oh.
444.
144, lad.
So yeah.
All right. So,
42, 44, 45.
yeah, Colt.
45.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, baby.
Ooh, you did that.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to
did
Bernie.
it.
Happy birthday.
My birthday
Shout out-
twin.
This is her
Same-
45th as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we're the same.
45th.
We're the same.
That is crazy.
Yeah, birthday twin. Mwah.
I just
So-
saw. Oh, she had her stuff laid out on Facebook or whatever. I saw her little. I said, "Okay, I see you, sis. I see you, sugar."
Yeah, I sent my twin best wishes earlier today. Facebook doesn't like me anymore. I think I had locked up my account so much no one knows my birthday is my birthday. I don't get any birthday wishes anymore.
That's
I think
weird.
I think I did that a while ago.
Oh,
I don't know why.
It's
I feel
my
like it's saying
anniversary.
your
Oh yeah.
happy anniversary.
yeah. Happy
Anniversary.
Find me Alpha Symphony Music Fraternity of Americas. I'll make a chapter. All hail Symphonia.
Take a breath.
I think it thinks it's your birthday tomorrow. I feel like I saw it say your birthday's tomorrow.
That can't be right.
On
it might
Facebook.
It might be my ghost account. If it says
You got
if it
two
says
accounts.
Yeah, I have my regular one and I have my ghost one. If I'm wearing a suit, that's my ghost account.
I have no idea.
You can't see me. All right, let's close this thing. For Chris.
Peace.
For Chico. For Kristen, Tunisia, and myself, I am Tim. Thank you all for watching and listening. And actually, for everybody that's a part of the show. I keep saying I'm trying to include everybody because we got people. We got our new cousin in there. We got my old cousin in
Yeah,
there.
the cousin is coming back. The cousin is coming back.
We got
Shout out to
Brian
Inkem.
and
Yeah,
to
Chad.
everybody. I'm trying to be inclusive. But thank you for watching and listening as always. Anywhere you see I Love Nerd Life, that's where you can find us, all the socials and all that type of good stuff. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the alert button, hit the whatever button on whatever socials. They all have some buttons that
TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat,
MySpace,
MySpace,
AOL, Instant Messenger.
Black Planet, Mehente.com, Asian Avenue. Yeah, I was on all of those. Mm-hmm.
I don't think Chico's managing
Those are the
all those
variants.
accounts,
Asian
but
Avenue.
Yeah, Prince Mizaki. I was Prince Mizaki on Asian Avenue. Mehente.com, I was
I'm closing this out.
Yeah.
So with all of that, thank you for watching and listening. This is ILNL. We'll check you guys next time. It's time to go do some birthday celebrations.
Yeah.
Check you guys later. I will say this before we completely close out.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my birthday things was going to Benihana.
Okay.
And that's the only place that I could find this Fuji sake. It is chef's kiss good. Love it. I recommend it to everybody if you go to Benihana to get yourself Fuji apple sake.
So this place has it.
It's the only place I can find that has it.
Okay, cool.
I get the bottle all the time.
Okay.
Like Thursday night was a great.
Okay. That's what we'll be doing.
All right. I'll get you a Sprite.
Sake.
Sake.
Soccer!